Today we gather here because we recognize that there is work to be done in the continent of Africa. It is that a great Nigerian writer, Chinua Achebe, who said that when you see a frog jumping in the daylight, then something is after its life. And we are here to find ways and means of conquering poverty. And we are here because we recognize that it is our young men and women who can do it. We are here to tell ourselves that we have used slogans for too long. The time to run away from slogans is now. We are here to remind ourselves that we have made declarations for too long. The time to run away from declarations is now. We are here to remind ourselves that young people have been leaders of tomorrow for too long. The time for them to lead is now. We are here, therefore, to remind ourselves that this continent can no longer afford the luxury of doing nothing. It is that great African-American John Henry Clark, whom you young people must know about, who said, to say that black is beautiful without black being powerful is to be stupid. We are therefore here to remind ourselves that black beauty only makes sense if we are economically powerful. We are here also to remind ourselves and to agree with Maya Angelou that we must endure many defeats, but we must never be defeated. So today, we want to ask ourselves, knowing the statistics that you have been given, 65% of our young people are unemployed. And when we give those statistics, we are talking about employment in what is described as formal employment. Today, 75% of African economies are informal, making me to wonder whether it is not the truth that what we call informal has actually become formal. And if that is the case, what must we do? We have a saying in Kiswahili language, samaki mkunje angali mbichi, that you bend fish when it is still wet. You young people, you are the fish. We have come here to bend you when you are still wet. We have come here to remind you, as my good friend Shaki said, that the mind is the standard of the mind. It is what is underneath your skull that will help you mine gold. It is what will make you mine uranium and coltan. It is what will make you till your land. It is what will make you to realize your potential. It is what will make you recognize that there is something called artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence came out of the mind of people. It was not manna from heaven. So this afternoon, young Zimbabweans, young Africans, we are not going to subject you to ordinary speeches full of rhetoric and fury. We are going to remind you of practical things that you must do in order to liberate yourselves and by extension the continent. When the veterans in your struggle were fighting to liberate you, they were young, just as young as you are. They denied themselves education. They denied themselves comfort. Some of them were in exile in Tanzania, in South Africa, in Zambia, in Europe, Ghana. Then you regained your political independence. But political independence without economic independence is like a crown without jewels. They fought those battles, and today you call them veterans. You too could be called veterans by future generations if you engage in economic liberation. But what must we do to liberate ourselves? We must search our souls. We must ask ourselves, if I'm young, what do I want to do? What is it that make certain parts of the world to be called the first world? What is it? What is it that enables them, even as we sit here, to make the very basic of things? Who is it that imagined that when I'm addressing the 3,000 of you, I needed this microphone? Who is it? How much money does he make? And I dare say that the money that is generated from selling microphones in the world is bigger than the GDP of many African countries. There is money to be made. Who is it that discovered that you needed tissue paper and that you'll use it so very frequently as he sits in the Maldives and enjoys good wine? Who is it? Can that person be found within your ranks here? Who is it that discovered that you can have bushes of tea and out of it make a sachet of tea, and it will be drunk by millions in the world, and you will generate more money than the entire sub-Saharan African GDP in 1 year? Who is it? Who is it that discovered that your mangoes, is it Mazoe, here in Zimbabwe, do you know that Coca-Cola may one day buy it if they have not? Who is it? Do you know that in the 1980s, when I was a young student, in 1985, when you heard that anybody was coming here in Harare, one of the things that you asked them to buy for you was shirts, because Harare was making shirts. Tell me, Zimbabweans, do your textile companies still produce the good shirts, so that when I leave tomorrow, I leave with some? Because when you are making shirts, it means that the cotton farmers will be part of the value chain. You are here in Zimbabwe. Don't you sometimes see young Chinese who are age 20 and 25 and 30 coming here through the Robert Gabriel Mugabe airport? Do you see them? Why is it that they have traveled thousands of miles to come here? What do they see that you and me do not see? Do they have 4 eyes and we have 2 only? What is it that they see that we don't see? Why is it that when we have eaten so very well, the toothpicks that we use are from China or Vietnam? Can't you here make toothpicks? Who is going to be the next toothpick billionaire in your ranks? When as I'm talking, you are going through your WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook. Do you wonder who is making money every time you use WhatsApp? He's sitting somewhere and you are enjoying yourself, taking selfies, and he's making money in the millions. Who amongst you here is going to be the innovator who is going to make the next African Instagram? Who amongst you here? As you sit on the table that you are sitting, I'm not asking you to check, but if you look at the linen that is used on your tables and you checked very keenly, they are possibly from Vietnam, and if at the very best from Egypt. Who amongst you here is going to be the next one to make linen? You young school students, perhaps you did not wear perfume, but the old ones down here, I suspect, they wear perfume. And if you ask them, they will possibly tell you it is Donna Karan, it is Yves Saint Laurent, it is Dolce and Gabbana. Who amongst you here will do that what Dolce and Gabbana are doing, that you may become multi-millionaire? The good ladies who are here, if you checked your bags, you'd be able to discover that it is Yves Saint Laurent, Dolce and Gabbana again, Balenciaga. They are made out of leather. The last time I checked, there are cows in Zimbabwe. Can't we turn leather so that you can become entrepreneur? Who amongst you here is going to be in that space? Because if we choose, we can complain and wonder all we want. And then pray and fast, which we have become very good at in the continent of Africa. But I'm suggesting to you that you can pray and fast until Godot comes. But if you don't use your mind, you are going nowhere. So I'm here to remind us that there is work to be done.
Yes, sir.
I'm here to remind us that although Zimbabwe has Vision 2030, I agree with them that after 2030 we must think the Chinese are thinking of 100 years from today. Africa is thinking of 2063. We've got to think. And it's you young men and women who are going to change it.
Yes. Come on.
So today is a day when you must make choices. The lady who is the founder of the initiative that has brought us here today is only 31 years of age. And that she has imagined that this can be done. And that you have imagined that you are here is to be celebrated. So I want to remind you, think. If you want to be in agriculture, think. The next time you go into Nando's, don't wonder about how sweet the hamburger is. Wonder how you can supply the hamburger. The next time you go into Kentucky Fried Chicken, don't marvel about the chicken thigh. Wonder about how you can supply the chicken thigh. The next time you are using copious amounts of ketchup, don't wonder how nice it is. Wonder how you can supply the ketchup. This is how you are going to be entrepreneurs. The next time you are drinking good beverage,
From consumer to manufacturer.
wonder about what you are going to do about it. The next time you are wearing good shoes, ask yourself what you are going to do about making the good shoes. And the market is not only Zimbabwe. The market is SADC. Ask yourself, what is the taste of a South African? What is the taste of a Namibian? What is the taste of an Angolan, of a Mozambican, of a person from Eswatini, of Lesotho? That is your market. And your market does not stop there, because we have something called Africa Agenda 2063 and Africa Continental Free Trade Area. I remember about 3 years ago, at the invitation of Dr. Arikana Chihombori Kwao, we were in Ghana under the African Diaspora Development Institute with over 200 people seeking opportunities. Will you be there next time? Or you will be praying and fasting to pass your matric? This is the question that you must ask. Because beyond the matric, there is work to be done. And that work is going to be done in agriculture. That work is going to be done in areas of innovation and invention. That work is going to be done in the mining sector. That work is going to be done in this sector. You know, many times I wonder, when I hear those who are in the business of preaching the gospel, if you may, across the world and the continent, when I hear my friend Vusi Tembekwai traversing the African continent, his detractors may say, but what is he doing beyond saying? When I hear my friend Joshua Maponga pontificating to liberate and decolonialize our mind, his detractors are saying, oh no, he has now changed his dress style only. What is he doing? When I hear Dr. Arikana Chihombori Kwao traversing the continent of Africa, what is she saying and not doing? The last time I checked, Jesus only did the same thing as indeed Muhammad. Because in the beginning there was the Word, and it's the Word that we are planting in your head today. It is that Word that is going to germinate in your head so that there will be testimonies after today's date. Let it be that they are positive testimonies. You know, I now know what the good people that I'm talking about, beyond saying they do, they have succeeded in bridging the gulf and the gap between rhetoric and action. They can now point out to you, this is what we are doing. There is work to be done.
Yes, sir.
When there is work to be done, you don't speak for too long, because you begin doing the work. But we are here to remind you, young men and women from high school, do not say that you are too young. No. And those of you who are above 35 and still pretending to be 21, there is also wisdom in reminding you that time is not on your side. So let us today take a solemn vow that going forward we are going to network.
Yes, sir.
Today, courtesy of the work that is being done. There are people in this assembly who, when they travel to any country in Africa, they only sleep in hotels because they want their privacy, but they have created friends everywhere in the continent of Africa and outside of the continent of Africa. It is our time to be hungry and angry, and our appetite for change must grow. Are you hungry? Are you hungry? Do you have big appetites? Is it good appetite for the good things? If you have such appetite, mine is to tell you to sharpen them even more. And you will find some of us ready and willing to help you. 1 year ago, jointly with my good friend Julius Selo Malema, we inaugurated the Pan-African Institute in Lukenya in Kenya. We are now telling young Africans to engage in enterprise. In 2 weeks' time, at Eden University in Lusaka in Zambia, we'll be inaugurating another Pan-African Institute. And we hope that we'll collaborate. In the month of August in Hargeisa in Somaliland, we are inaugurating another Pan-African Institute at the university. And all this is being done for the purpose of creating environments where young Africans are going to improve their innovation and invention, and we are going to have exchange programs. So you who are born in Mutare must not think that the world is Mutare. No. The world is even in Ouagadougou. The world is even in Nouakchott in Mauritania, because the last time I checked, he or she who has not traveled for too long thinks that his mother is the best cook. There are other cooks out there. So young men and women, my final call to you is go out there and do that which is good and right, because it is good to do that which is good and right. Go out there and remember what your president Mnangagwa says, which is relevant, that a country is built by its very own. If you are waiting for an army of angels to descend from heaven, if you are waiting for Moses to be inspired to come and part Red Seas, if you are waiting for some magic for the falls to give you electricity, no, you are the ones. You are the Moses and the Joshua at once.
Yes, sir.
So go out there. In your little village, start doing some work. Because let it not be that you have only 2 certificates in your life, the birth certificate and the death certificate. Have something useful. God bless you.